What's up, y'all? How's it going tonight? All right. Hey, it warmed up here a little bit today, and that was a good thing because I don't like the cold. It's that simple. Hope it's warm wherever you are, but we have a massive cold blast coming. We're going to get into that here in just a few minutes. A couple other things we want to touch on before we get there. But let's see who is with us. Wanda Landry was first. All right. Thank you for being here, girl. NC Prepper, that's a channel you got to check out, y'all. He posted a video the other day. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Carolina Prepper's with us. Thank you, girl. Appreciate that so much. And Debbie Jones, we had a good lunch today. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully, we helped you out. We swapped a little information there. So, yeah, hopefully it'll help you out. Lynn Stalker's with us tonight. And the Raider, all the way from Oklahoma. All right. Thank you, sir. Saints in the house. My man right there. That's my gun range, buddy. Simple Man Prepping. That's a new one right there. All right. And Eustis, Florida. I love it up there, man. That's a nice area up there. My buddy Angry American lives up there in Umatilla. I'm sure you know where that is. But he's up there in that area. All right. Old Man Survival. Hey, all right. There you go. You're down in St. Cloud. And Debbie Jones is in St. Cloud. You guys need to get together. You need to hook up. If you want to, shoot me an email and I'll forward it to her or vice versa. But you guys are down there in the same neighborhood. You need to get together just in case things go sideways. You never know what might happen just out of the blue. Now, tonight, last week we talked about, prepping grid down situation when it's cold. But hey, you never know when the lights might go out. It don't have to be in an ice storm. It can be pretty much any time. So y'all need to get together and talk. I mean, like I said, it could happen any day. Hey, it might be tomorrow, might be next week. We don't know. But if you hook up with people around, like-minded people around you, it'll be much easier on you if things do go bad. But who else we got down here? We have Buzz Runners with us. My man right there from up north. J1's in the house. Tammy Joe. That's another one of the original cheerleaders with Lynn Stalker. Yeah, that's a couple of my originals right there. Thank you, girls, so much for being here. David Sterner's with us. Husky Mom is back. Yeah, still sick. Oh, my goodness. Hope you get over what's coming. What you have. What's coming. Listen to me. I got my mind somewhere else. Hope you get over it soon. But, hey, just keep working on it, girl. You'll be all right.
Debbie Jones's cousin from New York's here.
Oh, really?
You'll see her when you get down there.
All right.
Welcome, Karen.
Hill Bill's with us. Thank you, sir. Abnormally warm there. Well, it's abnormally cold here, so we just kind of swap things out. But I'm glad you're having some good weather. All right. ADRVT is back. That's the second time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, I do. All right. JS Genesis Design is with us. He's up there in the cold north. Happy to see you in the house. Philip Dixon's with us from the great state of Tennessee. Broke a rib. Oh, my goodness. That hurts. Oh, Lord, I hate when I break a rib. It's hard to breathe. So I hope you get better, brother. I truly do. Patriot Ordnance is with us. All right. Diane LS is back with us from close by, just right up the road there. Port Orange, right? Yeah, up there in Port Orange. And Noel P is with us. Thank you so much. There's the man right there, Rural 2 IC. Told you guys you got to check that channel out. If you hadn't, it's your own fault. A lot of good stuff there. I assure you, you'll enjoy it. David T4 is in the house. Yeah. Come on down. Who else we got? We got somebody else down here. Come on. Getting close to the bottom.
There's a couple new people there. Do you see Karen and Deborah?
Karen is right there with us. All right. That's Debbie Jones's cousin. Thank you so much for joining us.
And a couple down, Deborah Dickinson.
So that's the bottom of my list. I don't have
Deborah
anybody else.
Dickinson's here from Arizona.
Arizona, Deborah Dickinson. All
Welcome.
right. Thank you so much. Not in my chat over here. So
I got you, Deborah.
my producer over there, give you a shout out. Hey, we appreciate you being here so much. Maybe you'll pop up here in my chat here in a minute. But right off the bat, y'all, I'm sure y'all can notice here. Y'all have noticed here that Grammy C's not with us. She's a loyal regular. They had a death in the family today. She's not going to be with us tonight, so she's requested some prayers go her way. So if you guys would do that, I'd greatly appreciate it, and I know she would. So hopefully their family will get through that with no problem, and she'll be back with us soon. So, all right, prayers out to Grammy C. But let's get into it. We're gonna get into your money first. First thing we're gonna do here. Let me see if I can share this screen here. I want to show you something. Screen share. Come on, come up. There it is. Let me share that. There we go. You can see it. Money metals. You see at the top up there. You got gold and silver right at the top. Right under the words money metal. You see the prices there. But I want to drop a comment on that because gold and silver has gone through the roof. You guys know that. And it's just like up and down and up and down. But I'm going to tell you why it's down. Here's a good example of it. This is COMEX. They keep an eye on it live. But you can see right here. This is on silver yesterday. No, today. I'm sorry. You can see the overnight trading. That line is just kind of steady there. And then when the markets open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, bam, it drops out the bottom and then tries to build right back up. Gold is the same way right there. You can see it. It's funny how all night long when the Asian markets are open and the European markets are open, those prices get up there and they're steady and they stay there until the U.S. market opens. You want to know what causes that? I'm going to tell you what causes that. Fake silver and gold pumped into the markets right when the trading starts. You got these big silver companies, these precious metal companies, I should say. They start calling their investors and they say, okay, we have 4,000 kilos of silver we can sell today, or 4,000 kilos of gold. And that rushes that into the market and it just drops. When actually they don't have it. They're just selling gold and silver stocks and not actually selling the metal. What's up?
ADRVT said that all places around them in Northwest Ohio stopped buying gold and silver yesterday. They said to come back in 2 weeks.
Huh. So they're not selling it up there. All their coin shops.
Well, it
and
says
stuff.
buying. So that means that they're not buying it from people like us.
Huh.
Buying
Well.
it back. I guess because of the
That's
price.
unusual. You would think they would want it. I guess they might not have enough money to buy what you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why you see the precious metals markets, they're up all night long. I watch these things. I keep an eye on it every day. I watch these things. But as soon as the U.S. market opens, the bottom falls out. Happens every day the market opens. And it's because they're flooding the market with paper, gold and silver. They don't actually have it. Precious metals have been oversold 400 times. So for every ounce of silver you have, they've sold 400 ounces on top of that.
Wow.
Which when they stop manipulating the market, or when the market crashes, which might be coming soon, we're going to get into that in just a minute. that silver or gold or whatever you have there is going to be worth 400 times more than it is right now. What you got?
Nancy Prepper said that as much as the price of silver is good, it's going to make all the solar panels and other electronics prices skyrocket.
Right. There's a lot of silver
in that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of silver in solar panels and solar generators, and other things that we use every day. There's a lot of silver in it. Your cell phones or whatever, the prices are going to go up. But what's driving the market so high, like I said, is that fake silver and gold they're putting out there. Excuse me, guys. That people are buying. They're making it look like there's so much more available, and that drives the price down. And they're doing that for a reason, because they're trying to keep the dollar afloat. The dollar's crashing on the world market, guys. You can see it right here.
How long can they fake those numbers?
As long as the market's open.
Wow.
But the U.S. dollar has been the world standard. The dollar has been the standard across the world for many years now, and it's never gotten below 59%. Well, yesterday it had dropped to 56.92%. The dollar's dying, slowly but surely. And here's another reason why. Treasury's starting to buy yen. They're selling U.S. dollars to buy Japanese yen to try to keep the Japanese economy afloat. Japan's broke. It's not, their economy is dead. And I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, they did that back in the 80s. In 87, 88, like that, I think it was back then. But it killed the market then. And that was when our dollar was still strong. Now, as weak as our dollar is, with them trying to bail out a dead economy, that's weakening us even more. So you need to keep your eyes on those markets, guys, because when the economy crashes, and it's coming fast. But when it does, we're going to have hyperinflation. Prices are going to go through the roof. Your dollar's not going to be worth a damn. We've already lost since, I think, the beginning of last year. We've lost 10% of the value in the dollar here at home. So your dollar on January 1st, 2025, if it was worth $1, today it's worth 90 cents. That's the way that's shaken out. In the last year and a half, the dollar's it's dropping quicker than it ever has before. Yeah, Trump said in Iowa that the economy is good, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's bringing in money with tariffs.
Well, the tariffs are bringing in money. That's a fact. They brought in about $600 billion in tariffs. Now, I don't know where it's going, but they are bringing that in. Hadn't paid down the debt with it any, which is what they need to do with it. They keep saying they're going to issue these tariff checks to everybody. No, they don't need to do that. And these new Trump accounts that they came out with yesterday, that might be where some of it's going, but that's not where it needs to go. They need to start paying down the debt with it. They're not going to pay it down completely for sure. But, if you have a Cadillac, you've got a Cadillac. When you got a dent in the fender, you want to get that fixed. And what he would do if he took that tariff money and paid down a little bit of that debt, he would fix that dent. And it would slow things down a little bit. But I don't know what they're doing with that money. I don't know why they're not using it the way they should. I guess he's just trying to buy votes.
I was just going to say, if he gives it to the American people, it's going to help him in the midterms.
Right. They're just trying to buy votes with it. We got the midterms coming up, so who knows? That might be what they're doing with it. Japan is something else. Yes, it is.
It says Canada has a deal now with India to cut trading with U.S.
I'm not getting any of this over here.
Yeah, Daniels just said that.
Yeah. Yeah. But what's going on with BRICS and those countries over there is just killing us. They're building their economies on gold, and that's killing our fiat currency. It's making our dollar weaker. And that's why we are, at such a low percentage worldwide compared to where we have been before with the US dollar. It's that simple. Looks like my chat died again.
I got you.
Love this software. It's great. But that's enough money talk, y'all. Let's get into what is hurting us or helping us right now. And that's these cold temperatures. The ice storm's over for now. Winter's nowhere near over. But it's over for now. People are starting to recover as far as the electrical grid goes. This was on Tuesday morning. We still had over 1 million people that didn't have power. And as you can see in the southeast there. And they finally got it back up, most of it up. Last number I heard, there were still over 300,000 without power. Here we are almost a week out and people don't have power. But the things we covered last week, with your lights and your generators and stuff like that. If you didn't watch last week's live stream, go back and watch it. It'll cover how to protect yourself in that grid down situation. But we're going to get more into just cold temperatures right now because we got some serious cold temperatures coming all across the country, all the way down into Florida. You can see these temperatures here. It's going to be terrible. Now, those are the feel-like temperatures.
I think it's going to be worse than that, actually.
But
today,
we're not used to that down here.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people up north, especially like Hillbill or JS up there where you guys live. You see those temperatures and you say, well, that's just winter. It is for you, but not for us.
Our chickens are
Yeah.
going to be cranky.
We're not used to that. We don't like it. But we're going to go over a few tips here that'll help you out. Even though you have power and it's terrible cold, there's some just little things, just little normal things you can do to, help you stay comfortable. Unless you want your heat running constantly, which will break you. But we're just going to go over a couple of simple things here.
Before you miss it, let me mention this. James said on NC Prepper that his last video shows how to take care of your solar power stations in this cold weather. So that's something else they can look at.
Yeah, check his channel out for that. Show you how to take care of those solar power packs.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
But my chat's dead. I'm not seeing it.
I know, that's why I interrupted you.
But first off, I'm going to tell you, layer up, guys. Put on, some good warm clothes, a sweater, a jacket. Put on some nice thick socks. Don't know about you, but if my feet get cold, I'm done. It's that simple. I'm going to go find a fire somewhere, stick my feet in it.
You need some of these.
Yeah, get some Uggs. But just layer up. That'll keep you nice and warm in your home. And a couple of other tips I got for you here. If you're with your family, you're together, in the living room watching a movie, just huddle up, get together on the couch, get together on the sofa, huddle up close, share that body heat, because they're talking about tremendously low temperatures coming into the southeast. But, simple things like, drink warm fluids, hot chocolate, tea, coffee, whatever, just sip on something like that. That'll help, keep you from getting cold up. You sit and you get a chill, these things are going to keep you from getting that when the temperature is 6 degrees outside. It's that simple. And when you're in, shut the doors to the rooms in your house. Because if you close, like this room right here, we close that door over there, it stays warm easier. It stays cool easier in the summer. Shut those doors off. isolate those rooms.
Philip reminded you can put up a tent that helps too.
We're about to get into that
Is that on your list?
here in just a minute. I
Sorry.
think, yeah, I have that one. We're going to get into that one. But keep those doors closed, and during the daytime, if the sun's shining, open up those curtains and sit near that window, because that sunshine coming in, especially coming through that glass, it's going to heat you up great. That's just nature. That's just how that works. Another thing you might want to do if you have small children, infants, or elderly in your home, make sure you keep them wrapped up, keep them warm. Like I said, if it's 10 degrees outside and your heat's constantly running, you're going to go broke. Let's face it. So, take these tips and use them to where you can keep your temperature in your house down, so you don't have to pay that massive electric bill with these temperatures that's coming at us. But like Philip said, setting up a tent in a room, this is one of the things I had ready to go tonight. Set your little tent up on, if you want to set it up on your bed, get that tent up off the floor. Put an air mattress under it. Like I said, put it on your bed, something like that. This will help you stay warm. Like when you get off the floor, you're not transferring that cold from the floor up into the tent. It's that simple. But one thing that's very important, just be ready, because one of the biggest problems people have is dealing with it mentally. I'm going to share this with you. It was a friend of mine on social media. Right here, you can see it. Is anyone else freaking out because the electricity might go off and it's going to be 7 degrees outside? That mental preparation, you got to be ready for it. Thankfully, I got in touch with this person. I told her how to take care of this problem, and she did. I said she. I was trying not to identify anybody, but yeah, she did. But her power was still out. You can see here, her power was out pretty much all night. Her power went out on Saturday night. This was on Monday. Her power was still out. And she was coping with it. But we talked her through it. I talked her through it, messaging back and forth. But mentally prepare, guys. Mentally prepare for what's coming. You take these precautions, like the ones we just went over. They're simple. You don't always think about them. It's things you do every day if you just think about it, instead of looking at the weather. Oh, no, we're going to freeze here tonight, and freaking out about that. You step back and think, okay, what can I do?
And use perspective.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're in your house in sleeping bags, think of the perspective that you could be homeless out on the street, and you see those people all the time.
Right.
If you find the joys in what you do have, that perspective helps you get through stuff
right.
all the time.
Right. Like that last one right there. The sleeping bags are doing a good job. She never thought of that. I told her, go get some sleeping bags. They help hold your body heat better when you're sleeping at night than if you're under a blanket. And it worked. Just a few little tips here and there. You can help people out. Another important thing in these very, very cold temperatures, if you have elderly people in your neighborhood, go check on them. Just go knock on the door and make sure they're okay. Because, the elderly is a treasure that we overlook every day. Okay? Make sure they're okay. See if they need anything. Do what you can to help them out. I'm not elderly yet, I don't think. I can still take care of myself. But if you have people in your area that they might be struggling a little bit through these times, go help them out. All that's going to do is give you a blessing when you get to heaven. It's that simple.
Philip says that's how I broke 3 ribs helping a neighbor.
Yeah, well,
3 ribs, dude. You must be hurting.
dude, you got to be careful. While you're doing it, be careful. Okay.
Buzz says, thanks, OP. I'm good.
What's this? Make a couple of hurricane lamp heaters. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many ways you can actually heat your home that don't involve using your heater. Just set you some candles around.
Philip mentioned the candle under a clay pot. That does work.
Yeah, it sure does. Gets you the old terracotta pot, turn it upside down and set it on a couple of bricks with candles under it. Creates a pretty good amount of heat. That's for sure. I'm sure all of you have seen that.
Yeah.
It's easy to do and it does work. That's for sure. But I think that's all I want to drop on you tonight, folks. Just want to make sure you stay warm and you watch your money. All right. Seeing a couple other things in the news today. Looks like the president may be selling out the Department of Homeland Security. Keep your eyes on that. But that's one of those departments I think we can do without. George Bush W. created the Department of Homeland Security. I think that's one we can get rid of and we won't feel it a bit. But that's all I want to drop on you. Keep your eyes on what's going on. Stay warm. Like I said, help out your neighbors. That'll only benefit you in the end, guys. But with that, I'm going to say stay strong and keep prepping, y'all. Pray for the USA and stay warm. The Orlando Prepper is out.